happens, the drivers are happy, and everyone, the fans out there, are happy. Now let's look into another story, because the Classic Safari Rally is coming up from the 10th to the 18th of this month, and Standard Group is the major sponsor here, and we are talking about the navigators. Most of the time we talk about the drivers, Ian Duncan, Baldev Chaga, Carl Tundo, but there are navigators, people who help the drivers to go through where they're supposed to go through. If the navigator gets lost, the driver gets lost. Now, this is a story of Richard Heckel, who is the CEO for Dimension Data, but also a navigator, and is going to take part in this East Africa Classic Safari Rally. And he explains to us who is a navigator as he waits his driver, Jonathan Somen, to come back, to jet in from London to join him today.
So my name is Richard Heckel. I'm a rally navigator. I navigate in this Mark II Ford Escort. My driver is a guy called Jonathan Soben. He and I have been together for 10, 11 years now, navigating, and we're best of friends, and we've been together, yeah, as I say, for 11 years. So let me just show you a little bit about what the navigator of a rally car does. So this is obviously my seat, driver is here, and my role is to make sure that I give the driver directions on exactly where we're going. And I will have notes that are given to me the night before each leg, and it's my role is to read those notes and read the distances when we're traveling at speed. So what I have here is the notes, and then I will have two distance monitors here. On the top is the total distance, and on the bottom is the intermediate distance. So I will be reading to the driver notes like 200, which is in meters, 200 meters, slow left, and he will then have to judge that distance and our speed based on that distance. And what I do is, after every call, I zero the trip. So the total carries on for the total distance, and then I zero here, so I can then read the distance we're traveling on the intermediate distances. So if the next call is 500, I will say 500 over brow into a left, and I will then be able to count the driver down based on the trip that I have. I'll go 400, 300, 200, and he will then know where to brake and the braking zones, and whether after a brow, for example, it's a slow or a fast, whether he can take the brow quickly or whether there's a bump. And the notes have cautions, so we have a single caution, a double caution, and a triple caution. A single caution is something not to be too worried about. A triple caution means stop, because if you get a triple caution, you are and you miss that note, then you are likely to damage yourself in the car quite considerably. So that's really my main role. We have an intercom system here that works through the helmets. In the car there's a roll cage, so safety is critical for us. This roll cage is specifically modified and made for rally cars, that if we roll, which we have on one occasion, that we are safe inside this cage. So safety is critical. We have these belts, which is a three-point harness, comes across here, and that keeps us completely secure in the rally car. And then obviously I can read my notes from here, and thankfully I don't get car sick. You know, being in this office for many days, you get used to the different buttons and what's what here. These are our GPS tracking system, so that the organisers can track us. They can then see where we are, and if we have an emergency, there's a specific tracking system in the car that will send a warning to the organisers, and it also it monitors the G-forces. So if you have a big accident and there's lots of G-forces in the car here, it sends an emergency signal and they deploy a helicopter straight away, because the likelihood is that you might be injured. So this is the balaclava. This is a fireproof safety that goes over my head. We also have fireproofs that we wear underneath this rally suit. So I need to put my helmet on, but put this on first. And then it's always quite complicated with glasses to put glasses and helmet on. So this is a neck brace that's connected to the helmet that makes sure that if you have an accident, you don't, your neck doesn't come forward and you don't break your neck if you have an accident. So this is how we get ready before a section. This is the intercom mic, and then we get in the car.
And now you know who is our rally navigator. If you didn't know, now Richard Heckel has told you who is the rally navigator. Now, let's look into another story about rugby. The national team, Shujaa, has lost in Malaga, both legs between Malaga and Seville. Two legs which the team has performed dismally. Their performance, poor performance by the way, began all the way from Dubai to Canada, and now they are in Malaga. Which way rugby and which way Shujaa, and how is this team going to come back from these losses they have reached so far and relive their glory of Singapore in 2016, where they won for